Hi, my name's Abbie. I'm the Animal Studies lead here at Cirencester College. So a perfect animal management student is going to be 100% dedicated to animals. I think one thing I always say to students is that if you're going to study particularly a 1080 in animal management, be prepared to talk about animals day in, day out, because that's all we ever talk about. So really committed, really enthusiastic about the animal industry. I think one of the assets at Cirencester College is the fact that our students can have a really varied study programme. So we have a 1080 animal management qualification, which is equivalent to 3 A-levels. So I would always recommend that programme of study for learners who are completely and utterly dedicated to working with animals, and that's all they want to do. Whereas the other benefit is that we do a 720 in animal management, which is a 2 A-level equivalent. So it means that students can study a different A-level alongside their animal management qualification. So students that are completing a 1080 in animal management, so our 3 A-level equivalent, complete a variety of modules. So some of them are core modules, so we have subjects such as animal health and husbandry, behaviour and communication, and feeding and nutrition. We then have some other sort of optional units which we at the college have a little bit more flexibility on. So our students will also study things like reptile health and husbandry, zoological collections, and ecological concepts. So they get a really broad range of topics and subjects that are related to the animal industry. So in the first year of both our qualifications, they have to do an exam, and they also have to do something called a synoptic assessment. So this is much like a controlled assessment. The students have an opportunity to prepare some notes for it, and then they come into the classroom and they complete some sort of long answers or some tasks that they can use their pre-prepared notes on. As well as that, students also do multiple choice tests, they do coursework, so assignments, and also sometimes some presentations as well. So we certainly do a lot of different assessment methods, so there's something to suit everybody. Students will go on a variety of trips, so we quite often go to Cotswold Wildlife Park as our kind of local zoological collection. We have had trips to Crocodiles of the World, we have trips to various dog groomers, kennels, catteries as part of some of those modules, and we have a lot of guest speakers come in. So recently we've had a guest speaker come in from Blue Cross. We had one of their senior behaviourists come in to talk to our students about their animal training programmes. So animal students can do obviously any enrichment that they choose to do as part of the college, but some of the common choices that students make are we have a dog walking enrichment that a lot of our students participate in. We have a wildlife photography enrichment that one of our lecturers runs, which is quite new this year. And also, I suppose the other thing I'd mention is that part of your qualification when you're an animal management student, you actually come down to the animal centre and complete duties. So that is basically working like as you were an animal keeper, completing the feeding, the general day-to-day husbandry, health checks, learning how to handle and restrain the animal, and generally just looking after the animal collection here as if you were an animal keeper. Okay, so the entry requirements for our level 3 in animal management are a grade 4 or above, including maths, English and science, and then an additional 2 GCSEs at level 4 or above. So our students have gone on to do a really wide range of different careers, of going into different sort of HE options. So if we start with HE, we've had a lot of students go on to university to study a variety of different topics. So things like animal behaviour and welfare is quite a common one. Students go on to study maybe zoology. We even have some students that go into sort of access to veterinary medicine, and we have a lot of students go on to studying veterinary nursing as well. So as well as HE, we also have a lot of students that go on to straight into employment. So we have some students that go into apprenticeships in veterinary nursing. We have some students that go straight into jobs. So we have students that have got into kennels, catteries, pet shops. We've also had some students that have actually started up their own businesses. So we've had learners that have gone on to work in animal chiropractic. We have had students that go into work in dog groomers, or maybe set up their own dog groomers, set up their own pet sitting businesses. I like working with young people, and I like working with animals. 2 of the things they say to never work with, but I really enjoy just sharing my knowledge and my passion with people who are like-minded, and I think I get inspired by my students a lot of the time as well, because they're so enthusiastic and they have so many grand plans of what they want to go on to do, so that inspires me to keep finding interesting and creative ways of teaching and practicing.